Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be covering a very interesting plot hole in Wings of Fire. It's something I've noticed many fans question over the years, and I've really never been able to see anyone give the answer. It involves animus magic, which that itself raises a whole other truckload of plot holes, inconsistencies, and issues with the logic. But today we'll be covering one of the biggest of them all that animus magic brings. It's about why the Ice Wings didn't just create more animi. No, seriously, it would have solved all their problems, and ones presented in other tribes. There's a lot to unpack here, and I'll be diving into all of it with you all here today. This video does contain spoilers for Talons of Power, so please be aware of that. But before I begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. Dark95, Slightest Wild, Fizz, Thistle, Nookto, Pyronuke, and Avril. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Throughout Wings of Fire, we've met many characters that are animus dragons. Ones born with this ability, or granted it by another with this magic, are almost unstoppable. Animus magic can do anything except raise the dead, and without many consequences either. If it even changes a dragon's soul is put up for debate within the series, so we don't know for sure if that's fact or fiction. However, the books themselves make it seem like a half-myth. From what we've seen in later books, it appears as though animus magic either only alters your soul if evil is done with it, or doesn't have any effect directly at all. Rather, the continual making of immoral decisions is what leads someone to naturally losing control and doing evil. Power does corrupt, and this appears to be in a natural way, not caused by the magic altering an animus's brain by itself. The limit of animus magic has been known for thousands of years. Albatross even tells Fathom that these powers can do anything except raise the dead. It's one of the first things this young student is taught, and it's seemingly widespread knowledge amongst the tribes. But with this comes a massive plot hole, one fans have never been able to think around for years. As we've seen, an animus can give another dragon the same abilities. This is shown when Turtle turns an anemone into an artificial animus dragon to get the attention away from himself. Turtle ends up totally fine, and Anemone is given incredible gifts that shock the entire kingdom. The fact that an animus can just give anyone powers opens the door for tons of plot holes and things that just don't make sense. One such choice that follows this revelation is this. Why didn't Queen Diamond just create more animi in the Icewing royal line? The reason for the Nightwing and Icewing war over thousands of years is that the Nightwing supposedly stole Arctic, the Queen's animus son. While Diamond had magic herself, the tribe had strict laws in place to prevent anyone, even royalty, from using more than one spell during their lifetime. They would create a gift that would benefit the tribe, and then retire their magic for good. This was created in hope to prevent any Icewing animus to lose control and get their soul corrupted by their magic. They didn't know back then that animus powers themselves likely don't cause insanity, but either way, the Icewings wanted to play it safe. And because of this, they valued their animi a lot. Animus dragons were only to be part of the royal family line, and eventually this stayed the case. Animus magic is only given sporadically throughout genes, so it's no guarantee that someone with magic will have dragonettes wielding that power. Animus magic may even skip generations before it appears again. That's why the loss of Arctic was devastating and personal to the Icewings. Diamond was too old to have dragonettes, we could presume, and that left the tribe with no one wielding that power anymore now that she had used her only gift. But did it really have to leave them without animus magic? The answer is no. Diamond herself was outraged at Foeslayer for taking Arctic, and used her animus magic in secret on many occasions to punish her and the Nightwing tribe. It shows that Diamond wasn't scared enough of the possibility of losing her soul, and was willing to knowingly break Icewing law directly many times to achieve her goals. So it's not like she was against this morally. And we know that animus dragons can create other animi, as that has happened before. So why didn't she? If Diamond didn't want to directly turn one of the princes or princesses into an animus, or even several, couldn't she have just enchanted herself to be able to have dragonettes again for a little while longer? Turning a royalty member into an animus would be bold, but I also don't doubt that the higher-up Icewings would be fine with it during this one scenario. I mean, they were all furious and not thinking straight. Plus, they knew and trusted Diamond, and might have been okay with her breaking the law openly for this. But even if they weren't, she still could have made herself able to have dragonets, and guarantee that at least one or two would be animi. This would have to have been done in secret. Even if she was too old, she could have just deceived people and acted like it was some kind of a miracle, maybe from the Great Ice Dragon. And then another question comes up. Why didn't the other tribes do this? If Lagoon valued her animi so highly as well, why didn't she make more dragons like Albatross and Fathom? She easily could have had one of them enchant somebody. Maybe nobody thought about doing this, but when Albatross specifically said that animus magic could do anything except raise the dead, it really makes you think. And throughout thousands of years, surely somebody would have thought to try to multiply their animi, right? It just doesn't make any sense, and I'm afraid there's no logical reason for this. Honestly, I think to prevent situations like this one, Dewey should have made it so that animi couldn't enchant other dragons to become animi. It makes sense too, and ensure that animus dragons felt valuable and rare to the story. But what do you guys think? Would you consider this a plot hole, or is there any logical explanation you can find? Let me know down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!